Hello and welcome to Reviews. Here we are, West Coast Avengers number 10, and we are done. This is the last issue of the series. Um, I'm kind of surprised they couldn't make it to to issue number 12 because it doesn't really matter anymore at Marvel. They'll just take Kate Bishop and put her on another book that Kelly Thompson's writing, or whatever book Kelly Thompson's writing. She'll continue to uh, write Kate Bishop. Um, yeah, I know there's nothing wrong with a creator having a favorite character. Um, but in an ensemble cast like this was Kate Bishop was really the focus. It was Kate Bishop and her friends, and that's really how this book plays off. Um, there was, I guess you can almost say that Gwenpool romance kind of had something. Um, Not even really sure why Clint was in the book, to be honest. Um, he almost did not even need to be in the book. Um, yeah, again, it's been said, I've said it, others have said it. This was just a book um, taking all the previously failed characters. And, I had read that Kelly Thompson did not even like Gwenpool in this book. I think I've mentioned that before. And it shows because if you read Gwenpool's series, she says that she didn't like Deadpool because he was LOL so random. And that's exactly what Gwenpool is in this book. The comic relief character that's, you know, LOL so random. And it's annoying, and I'm glad to see this book is done because I loved the original West Coast Avengers. Yeah, near the end, it got a little off tracks as it was going into what would eventually become Forceworks, and but that was a lot of Marvel comics were doing it at that time. They all a lot of them got the really lousy art to be so extreme, to be like Image, and everyone was playing follow the leader. And yeah, anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm gonna be honest. If you don't want the ending of this series spoiled, just stop right now. That's why I was pointing out some of the problems with this book, because I'm going to skip the first half of this book and go to the second half. Because if you recall, they are in basically a vampire lair. America has been bitten by Kate Bishop's mom, who is also a vampire. Okay, so this is really cool. We're surrounded by vampires. We just went through this with the main Avengers book. With the vampire civil war and how tough it is, and if you're expecting it to be really against the odds for them, and they're going to have to rise up. No, no, it's almost an afterthought, really. There's no sense of drama, no sense of um, any type of risk to the characters. It's it's really forgettable, you know. And it's not even the whole um, focus of the story. Now, I will play devil's advocate against myself. We do have a different artist. Was that Moy R? Whatever. So maybe they brought in a different artist because the book was abruptly canceled, maybe, and they had to change the story, and so had to get the little plot out of the way to tie up loose ends, maybe. Maybe it's forgettable. It was stupid. The whole plan. Kate Bishop's mom worked with Madame Mask because she's a vampire, and Madame Mask was going to help her get a cure, um, but she bit America to show that America was not the chosen one that the vampires thought she was. This relies on a whole bunch of coincidences. So Madame Mask infiltrated the vampires, or got with the vampires, because she knew they would show, the West Coast Avengers would show up Now, America does, she says, passive, vaguely, a vague reference, a vague resemblance, I should say, to their chosen one. Okay, fine. But the vampires didn't come to America. Novar came to the West Coast Avengers, led them to the vampires because he thought they were Skrulls. You see where I'm going with this? The plot, her mom's plan made no sense. Unless, of course, she is lying. But given how Kelly Thompson is so committed to Kate Bishop and telling her story and her family relationships, I don't think that's the case. It's a huge coincidence when you stop and think about it. Novar went to the West Coast Avengers to get them to investigate the Skrulls, who weren't really Skrulls; they were vampires. And Kate Bishop's mom was waiting there for them uh, to prove that America Chavez was not the chosen one, and that's why she fast tracked him through, and that's why she's working with Madam. It doesn't make sense when you sit back and look at it, the plot doesn't make sense, Kelly. It's unless Novar was worked with the vampires or he got a tip from them, but we don't get any impression of that. I've been talking 6 minutes. I've not even turned open this book. So yeah, I still got my broken finger. So I'm just going to pull right to the middle of the book because yeah, America Chavez. Oh, by the way, she's been bitten by a vampire. She's fine. Don't worry, she's perfectly fine. She's been drained a little bit. I'm sure there'll be no follow up on this ever again. And here's where we get really silly because America transports all the vampires and everyone to a shrimp world. Yeah. And, man, Jeff, the land shark. I'm not making a joke. I'm not going to sully Saturday Night Live, classic Saturday Night Live, with the original not ready for primetime players. I'm not going to sully their good name by comparing them to this book. Man, Jeff loves it here. We may need to get a vacation home. Of course, now it's lousy with vampires, so that sucks. See? Vampires suck. Whatever. And so Quentin sends them back, and yeah, I did notice this, before they even pointed it out. When they get back on to Earth, there is kind of a funny line here, which I don't know why this made me laugh. Maybe it's because I was so sick of this book and was trying to be silly and funny that this line, when Hawkeye says, "Well, that worked and was terrifying. I don't ever want to go there again, America. It's really pretty in the spring." Really? No, it's exactly the same. That's how bad. That's not even a good joke. But compared to with the rest of this issue, especially trying to be funny, I actually kind of chuckled at that. I'll be honest. That's how much this has numbed my brain. But yeah, I noticed, I'm like, why is his shirt all torn? And even Kate points it out. How did your shirt get torn off again? We didn't even fight anything in there. Huh. I have no idea. Was that supposed to be funny? Was that a joke? Because yeah, obviously if you go back to the page before, you see Hawkeye, his shirt's not torn. Why? So yeah, and now we get the whole thing, Kate's not ready to talk about what happened and her mom is, sad from the distance because of, yeah, whatever. So finally, their new headquarters is built, and oh, look at the WCA, huh? We're just gonna make a target for everyone to attack us. And yeah, am I hallucinating? It's actually finished? Do we actually have a fully functioning, finished headquarters? Are we secretly still in the shrimp dimension? Is this all going to dissolve to shrimp in a moment? I'm so angry at this book, I can't even speak. And so yeah, it's just the outside, Bishop. Who knows what it looks like inside? Oh, Q, stop being such a pill. I'll make Jeff bite you. So yeah, we get the whole talking bits here. We get the silly interaction with America and Kate, where America says, "I hope my room is good, since it turns out I'm a god." You're not a god. Chosen one, god, tomato, tomato. I don't think we have tentative proof either way. I might still be a chosen one god. Oh, now you're both? I don't make the rules, Kate. So now we go back to the whole stupid interview segment, the whole real world thing that is like 15 to 20 years too late to be relevant. Ah, seriously, the New Warriors did this back in Civil War 1. So yeah, nice work on the headquarters, guys. He's sitting down, looks like he's throwing up gang signs. Um, so how was the last mission? Listen, I couldn't be prouder of these kids. They're really coming together. Did America really abandon your enemies in a dimension made entirely of shrimp? Not entirely shrimp, mostly shrimp, and it's only temporary, I think. Oh, leave me alone. Is there a reason you haven't changed your torn shirt? I hate you. And then we get this whole stupid thing with the whole Quentin, Gwenpool relationship, and look at that face. Yeah, it's stupid. And then, of course, we get Fuse, who's talking about his sister. Yeah, I think Ramon's gonna go with Alloy. I like it. Almost sounds like Ally, which fits her, you know? What are you going with? I mean, she's an ally of the team, but she's kind of joined the team? Or are we going with the whole, because she's gay, she's an ally, but wouldn't it be more she was an ally if she were straight? Eh. And isn't Alloy already taken? Is that what the Metal Men and DC fuse into? A giant character called Alloy? Whatever. I don't care. Um, because then we get this whole silly talk about Novar. He's pretty hot, though. Hot. Like, you're interested? And we get the silly denial. Nah, I'm with Kate. She's incredible. I'm just making an observation. He's, like, objectively hot. And then Novar basically does the same thing. You know, we're lucky as this was much easier to deal with, the vampires versus the Skrulls. And of course, they ask about the relationships, and, yeah, I can see what she sees in him. He's hot. Huh. What? Nothing. I don't believe you. And of course, we have the two of them, Ramon and America. Yeah, they're doing their couple thing. Whatever, silly, And then Kate's still processing. Her mom's a vampire, so yeah. And what about Fuse and Novar? Are you worried about that situation? What situation? Well, there's potentially a bit of a love triangle here, and they both think the other's pretty hot. Wait, what? Yeah, you want to see their tapes? Wait, have I ever dated anyone straight? And then everyone yells no, and we see them all off in the distance. What, really? Yeah, definitely. I have been saying this forever, seems right. No doubt. I feel like Quentin here. I lost interest in this conversation several minutes ago. And, that's... I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's stupid is what it is. And, yeah, so then we get the silly hijinks of, Quentin is using his TK powers to make a Jeff NATO. Uh, yeah, whatever. And so, yeah, it's basically kind of the final wrap up. So, Kate, what's next? I mean, I have no idea. We've got the team and these fancy new digs. That's not for nothing, right? And yet, remember that female character that got turned into the dragon thing, Brodock, that they used for a lift one time? And yeah, she makes an appearance here. Yeah, just so yeah, we get this silly kind of I guess you'd say team thing where they're all being goofy and you know yeah. And then of course Kate looks, wait, they're checking mail. Who's the Dutch oven, and why is he saying he can get us canceled? He can't possibly have the authority to. So yeah, the whole Dutch oven joke that was set up back in issue 1, I think. The character wrapped up in a blanket, yeah, haha. Which actually was a funny part in the I think that was in the first issue where they did the casting call, who would join the team. That part was funny. The guy, the Wolverine guy with the steak knives, and yeah. Anyway, this is it. So we can have a page at the end where it's Kelly basically saying, her thanks and goodbyes. Damn. I really didn't want this to be the end of this one, guys. It was a grand experiment, and I felt like we were really doing something really special and different. And I know a lot of you agreed, but misfits are misfits for a reason. I guess they're just not as popular as they deserve to be. Yeah, whatever, so... Uh, and I'm glad this book got canceled at this point. There's so much I wanted us to do. So many adventures, so many jokes, so much yelling at each other, so many cute panels of Jeff to be drawn. Really, stop. It wasn't funny. It's not funny. Ah. So yeah, this book is done. It's over. Um, yeah, so we see at the end of the issue, they finally have their headquarters. They're gelling as a team. You see, they're all sitting in the same room, joking around, not wanting to kill one another. We have a stupid love triangle. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why. I just kind of did a triangle on there, but this book is it's dumb. We're not going to see this team back together. No, this is the end of it. Um, thankfully, um, because like I said, Kelly is only interested in writing Kate Bishop. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a favorite character. Some creators have done that and have done great things with characters. That's actually how Wolverine is popular. He was almost written out of the X-Men, way, way long time ago. But John Byrne, also being, having grown up in Canada, he was born in England, but he grew up in Canada. Wanted to give focus to the only Canadian on the team, so he made him cool, and that's an example of a good thing happening. Um, but this, they took a bunch of characters from failed series and put them all together. Why? Why Marvel? Which is actually really sad. I like Gwenpool's. I tried to reread America's book recently, and oh my god, it's so bad. Uh, so yeah, this book's finally done. What would I give this? Well, yeah, I could do that because I'm not actually flipping it off. See, I've got two fingers up. That's what I'm giving it. Not that's not a noon. That's actually I have to do that, but that's kind of weird with my wrist to have to do that. So, yeah, this book is dumb and it's done, and I am happy. And I don't want to see books get canceled. I really don't want that. I want to see books thrive. I want to see the industry survive. But it can't when you have garbage like this. It, you know, I don't have the problem. I know, your boy Zach talks about the ink bleeding. I wonder if that's a Texas thing. I don't seem to have that with any of my issues. I never get the ink coming off, but this one feels weird. This one kind of, something about the cover feels weird. And I was seeing if it was the ink coming off, but no, doesn't seem to be coming off on my finger. So, anyway, that'll about do it. Thanks for watching. Oh, and one other thing. I only went to my main comic shop today, and they told me they don't even carry Naomi anymore, the DC book. I was going to pick that up, so I might have to make another trip tomorrow to pick that one up and see where that stupid book's going. But anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.